Imagine controlling 95% of the entire internet and losing almost all of it in less than 10 years. That's not a hypothetical. That's exactly what happened to Internet Explorer. Picture this. It's 2003. You turn on a brand new computer, and there it is, already installed, already waiting for you. One blue E icon. No choice, no alternative, no second option even shown to you. That's how total Microsoft's control over the internet really was. But here's where it gets interesting. Microsoft didn't build that dominance by being better. They built it by being everywhere. Back in the 90s, there was another browser called Netscape Navigator. It was actually good. But Microsoft did something ruthless. They gave Internet Explorer away for free, baked directly into Windows on every single computer sold. Netscape never stood a chance. By 2002, it was dead. And once Microsoft had no competition left, they stopped trying. For almost 5 years, Internet Explorer barely changed. Think about that. 5 years of nothing, while the internet around it kept evolving. Security holes piled up. Hackers loved it. Pages loaded painfully slow. And developers? They hated building for it, because Internet Explorer played by its own broken rules instead of the ones the rest of the web followed. Microsoft had won so completely, they forgot winning is never permanent. Then, in 2004, a small non-profit called Mozilla launched Firefox. Faster, safer, free. And people started switching. Not everyone, but enough to prove something dangerous for Microsoft. Loyalty to Internet Explorer wasn't as strong as everyone assumed. Microsoft noticed, but they still didn't move. And then, in September 2008, Google dropped a bomb. Chrome. At first glance, it looked almost too simple. Just a blank search bar, nothing else. But that simplicity was the point. Underneath it was a browser engineered purely for speed. A brand new engine called V8 made websites feel instant. Every tab ran separately, so one crash didn't kill your entire browser. And it updated itself silently in the background. No waiting, no pop-ups, just constant improvement without you even noticing. Meanwhile, Microsoft was still stuck in slow motion. Internet Explorer 7 in 2006. Version 8 in 2009. Version 9 in 2011. Years apart, every single time. Chrome was shipping real updates every few weeks, while Microsoft debated features in meetings. Google was already putting them in front of millions of users. That gap in speed? That's what actually killed Internet Explorer. Not one big feature, just relentless, constant motion versus years of standing still. By 2012, it was official. Chrome had overtaken Internet Explorer as the most used browser on Earth. And it never slowed down. Developers noticed the shift too. They stopped designing for Internet Explorer and started building for Chrome first. Which meant every year, Internet Explorer felt more broken. Not because it changed, but because the entire internet had moved on without it. Microsoft finally admitted it. In 2015, they killed the Internet Explorer name and launched something new. Edge. A fresh start. But even Edge couldn't catch up. So in 2020, Microsoft did something almost unthinkable. They rebuilt Edge using Chromium, the exact open-source technology powering Google Chrome. The company that once ruled the internet was now building on top of its biggest rival's engine. And finally, in June 2022, Microsoft pulled the plug for good. Internet Explorer was officially retired. Gone. A browser that once defined how an entire generation experienced the internet, reduced to a footnote. So what actually happened here? Google didn't win because they were smarter. They won because Microsoft stopped competing the second they thought the game was already over. And that's the real lesson, on the internet, and honestly, in life. The moment you stop moving is the exact moment someone else starts building what comes next.